So in this lecture, we're going to talk about my story, my involvement with Narcissist, and why I say I have a black belt in narcissism. So from the age of 0 to 10, I had a narcissistic mother. And as you know, from 0 to 7 is when your subconscious is being developed. And then I was taken away from my mother, and then I was put with a narcissistic foster mother, but she was more of a grandiose narcissist. Well, what I didn't know back then is once you have an involvement with a narcissist, whether it be your parent or whatever, that then has left that stench on you, which lets all the other narcissists know. So while I was at that age, or where I already had that stench on me, me not knowing any different by my conditioning of thinking and my programming and the level of vibrations that I was at, I attracted the same again. And then from that point, I had constant narcissistic relationships. I've had the malignant narcissist, I married the covert narcissist, and divorced the covert narcissist. And then I had a short-lived grandiose narcissist as well. So as you can see, I was literally right up until I started doing this, I've been dealing with them my whole life. But Ho'oponopono changed my life in so many ways. As I was going through my journey, I was adamant I was going to do everything I can to break this attachment that I had to him. Or shall I say them, because even though I was in a relationship with the malignant, I was still having to co-parent with the covert. So it was a very tough time in my life, as you can imagine. So I did the self-love, cord cutting, inner child work, shadow work, ancestral healing, meditation and codependency, and all of this truly worked. And then went on to teaching about it and setting up a YouTube and helping as many as I could who had been through what I had been through. But then I was still dealing with the covert, the co-parent wise, and then I started randomly bumping it into the malignant a lot. And I could just feel that there was still more healing that I needed to do. And I still had a little bit of anger and resentment and triggers, and I knew there was something missing. There was something else that I needed to do. So I asked Spirit to help me, and they pointed me into the direction of Ho'oponopono. Once I trained in that and decided to do it religiously every morning and night, after just 30 days, I was hit with another ascension shift that revealed my purpose in this lifetime, which we'll go into that another time. But what it had done is it cleansed my subconscious to before I was conditioned by the narcissist, back to zero. It slowly wipes the memories. It will be explained more in detail when you get to the Ho'oponopono section anyway, but I recommend doing the Ho'oponopono after you've done the inner work or during it. Don't just go straight to Ho'opono and think it's going to fix you. You need to do the work and understand it first, because there is a reason why Spirit didn't show it me until I was ready. I've done all of the self-love, cord cutting, inner child work, balancing my masculine and feminine energy. I did all of it, and then I was thinking, what is this missing? And that's when they sent that. So I highly recommend you do the work before you go straight to Ho'oponopono. So this is how I did, you know, when they totally clog your brain, you can't think of anything else. Well, this is how to stop thinking about them and remove them from your thoughts. And this is what I did. Right, you can't do it all at once. It's got to be done consistently and gradually. So save your thoughts, save all your thoughts. So when a thought comes in, tell yourself, no, we will save that for later, and just keep doing it. So start off where you're only allowed to think about them for 2 hours, example 7 till 9 p.m. So if you're in the grocery, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you get a thought of them, you say, no, save that for later, and save all your thoughts. And only, I mean, you can change the time, this is just an example. So save all your thoughts till 7 till 9. Do that for a week and then drop it down to an hour. So say 8 till 9. And then half an hour, and keep at it. Keep them blocked also that all their messages go into one file. So you can either mute the notifications, have it where all of their messages get sent to one file, or keep them blocked. But if you have to read their messages, i.e. co-parenting, then only check your block list or the file when you're in a high vibe or you're feeling strong. Never when you are sad or missing them, because that's when they've got you. Take action and don't stop. But don't kick yourself if you break and slip up. Just keep trying again until you get it. And I promise you, eventually you will get there. And just remember, no effort is ever wasted. How I cut the cards. So what I did is I did the same meditation for 7 days consistently. So that's up to you which one you want to do, but it has to be consistent. For me personally, I went through the phase where I thought the malignant was my twin flame, because it was during my awakening, and it was a little bit of a delusional stage that I went through. So once I'd come to the conclusion that it wasn't my twin flame, I listened to a false twin flame meditation for 7 days. And what that meditation did, for the first half of the meditation, I had to relive what he had done to me, because you have to feel to heal. So I had to cry it out. And then the second half of the meditation was self-love affirmations that you had to repeat after him and say them out loud. And after 7 days, I realized that was what I needed to do next. Raise my love frequency, start giving me self-love. So, which leads us to the next one. Raise your love frequency meditation, or self-love meditation and affirmations. And then it's time to cut the cards. So on the new moon, channel Archangel Michael or Archangel Ariel for assistance. What I do is I play Archangel Michael frequencies and call him in. And I only do that on YouTube. So what I will do in the resources, I will put a link to one of those that I use. Then bring in crystals, candles, sage, etc., anything that you want. Write a letter to them saying everything that you feel. This is the last ever letter or anything that you will ever say to them. End it with wishing them well and hope they find the higher selves one day. And make sure the end of the letter says how you surrender the relationship and surrender the pain, etc., to God or the universe, because the words you write are your intent. And then burn it. Burning is an instant manifestation. Once that's set on fire, ask the archangels to cut all the cards with that person, thank them, show gratitude and love, and then end it. But let me tell you, be prepared. Burning is instant, and the universe will test you to see if it's what you want. So they will appear very quickly. This happened to me. I did this and he turned up at my door 24 hours later, because they can energetically feel it. So you really do need to be strong and be prepared. If you allow them in or sleep with them, then the cards will reattach. So be strong. Okay, I'll see you in the next lecture.